society to know how to work this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Now, give it a few years, and I'll probably be like my mom is with phones, and she don't know anything, but that's okay. What's up, PJ?
Your phone will still be flashing noon?
Yes, yes.
Like the old VCR?
Okay, let's get into it.
You hear me? Oh, man. All right, good. All right, cool.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk, just to give you a real quick rundown, we're going to talk about the shutdown. We're going to talk about the Covington kids. We're going to talk about the Native American. We're going to talk about excess in America. We're going to talk about comedy. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, all right? What up, Roderick? Let's go. Let's get into it.
Let's quick talk. So the shutdown, we're on day 34.
34, 35.
Yeah, Let's put into perspective the longest shutdown
in history
by 2.5 times.
Yes,
and the reason is because an orange bald troll wants a fucking wall that won't do anything. That every expert says won't do anything isn't a problem. We have the 40 straight years.
Right.
We've had lowering issues, arrests on the border.
It's the least amount of border crossings in history.
Every expert in the world says that the 90-some% of illegals don't come over a border.
That's right.
El Chapo himself said that he doesn't fucking send the drugs over the border. They come via drone or under a fucking tunnel.
El Chapo tweeted and was like, yo, man, I don't know what that dude talking about. Come with these drugs, though.
They come via visa or they come on vacation and they stay. That's how illegals stay here. Yes. Illegals aren't even a fucking problem. We don't even have any fucking problem with illegals.
No.
They're not doing anything. They're really, most crime is committed by white dudes.
Yeah.
90%.
That came from a white dude. You heard him say it.
70% of terrorism in America is domestic by white Christian men.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't need a wall. It's not going to do anything if we get a fucking wall. And we're at the lowest in 40 years we've ever had. And you are not paying Americans. Meanwhile, they lifted sanctions on Russia during the government shutdown. We're not paying Americans for months.
But we helping these Russians out. Hey, but you know what? That's
because he's holding a tantrum because he wants $5 billion for a fucking wall, and the wall would $5 billion won't even cover
that. They said idiot. Statistics show that it'll cover. Statistics show that it will cost more than the $5 billion.
And by the way, do we not have 2 years with a Republican House, Republican Senate?
Yeah.
Why the fuck didn't we get the funding for the wall?
Ian, stop it with your facts. They don't want to hear facts.
Why didn't we get a wall then? I don't get it. Where was the fucking wall?
But sometimes, because some people really don't understand. Like I tweeted or posted something about this saying, this is like having a nightclub, right? And a bunch of people coming to your nightclub. You got a bunch of people that come there. You got the most highly trained bouncers at your nightclub, right? People are flooding into your nightclub, but you tell the bouncer, the best bouncer, he knows ninja skills and all of that shit. This is like, he's like the Jason Statham of bouncers. You tell him, hey man, you're no longer needed right now because we can't afford you. But we're going to have somebody go watch that half-crack window on the 3rd floor up there that barely sticks.
Not even the half-crack window. It's the velvet rope.
Yeah.
We need to spend $200,000 on a velvet rope to stop people from getting in the club.
This is crazy.
And in the meantime, we're not going to hire a bouncer because we don't have a velvet rope to stop people from getting in the club.
But now here's where we are really at this point, because I always tell people this. One person can only do one thing. It's the number of people that are still allowing this to happen. And I asked this question before earlier. If there are any supporters out there, please explain to me why you're letting this dude off of his promise. I just want a straight answer. Don't bring up Obama. Don't bring up Hillary. Don't bring up anything. Tell me why you're letting this dude off.
Now you're talking
of
crazy.
His promise. Because again, to me,
I can't do it without talking about Hillary Obama.
Exactly.
Uranium one.
It would be totally different if you told me, hey man, look, I was wrong in the wall thing, but hey, let's go ahead and pay for it. He's not saying that. He's just saying, look, I made up some deal that I'm not telling you guys about, and hopefully it works out. The fact that people are buying it is the problem. Because again, dude, let me tell you something. He's only doing what people are allowing him to do.
Right.
Like somebody posted on my page, like after I wrote the comment about the thing that said, who are you to tell me that it's unnecessary? Now I wrote to this dumb fuck, hey man, I'm not telling you that the wall is unnecessary. The experts are telling you that the wall is unnecessary. The people who monitor this type of shit are telling you that it's unnecessary. But the fact that they still want to ride with this is more of a problem. It's an indictment on our country, and I'm doing my best to keep this light as possible.
Fuck it. But sometimes you need to not be light.
But
sometimes you need.
But I want you guys to understand where we are as Americans right now. Right now, you have somebody in office right now who is actively doing more stuff for other countries, for another country, for other people, and in this country, he's only doing it for the rich people. And you're still riding with this. How much shit has to happen to you for you to say, like right now, I want to hear from the government workers who voted for this guy. That's who I want to hear from because I already know the people.
Yeah, but dude, these are the people like that. My favorite meme of ever is the meme with the guy's face on the ground and the boot stepping on it.
Oh yeah,
and it says, "Someday I'm gonna own that boot."
Yeah.
That's these fucking people. They're like, well, yeah, he's taking my money away, and I haven't worked in 30 days, and I can't pay my mortgage. I'm gonna get kicked out of my house. But you know what? I'm making America great again because, we're keeping them Mexicans out from stealing my job. Well, he's stealing your job, first of all.
Ian does great impressions, by the way, you guys.
But it's like, what the fuck? Like,
what up, Robert?
Well, I'm going to be rich someday. That's people vote for Republicans and vote for these fucking morons because they think they're going to.
Historically, Republican-run states have been some of the poorest.
We have the worst economy under Republicans, and the income gap is getting larger and larger and larger and larger and larger and larger, just like it was predicted 40 fucking years ago, 50 fucking years ago by every expert. If we go with these type of economic policies, the wage gap and the income gap is just going to grow to where we have an oligarchy and a bunch of fucking poor people, which is the reason you fucking idiots don't like communism and socialism is because the wealth inequality. Well, what the fuck do you think we're doing with the system we have now?
I just don't understand how you think that the person that lives in the same neighborhood as you, who shops at the same store as you, who's using the same food stamp program, how do you think that person is your problem as opposed to the people? Like, there's a dude right now that just bought a $238 million condo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He
don't even have a fucking backyard.
I want to know what the HOA is on the thing.
So part of me feels like, man, I mean, good for him. I mean, if he can afford it. But the other part is that dude has so much wealth that he can say, you know what? I'm going to spend $238 million on a glorified apartment.
Right.
As opposed to the people who, like right now, I watch these stories of people talking about they got to figure out how they're going to refinance it. They got to decide between their insulin or their groceries. They got to decide between that should not happen in in 2019. That should not happen. And the only reason that this is happening is because somebody, you can spend this however you want to spend it. But the only reason this is happening is because a dude was given the keys to a car and he is driving it off a fucking cliff. That's the only reason, because there's video of this dude saying, I own the shutdown. I'll shut it down. He literally says,
of course, of course he owns it, because they've already said, 7 times now that they want to take it to a vote. They've already offered up compromise. And Mitch McConnell, that fucking shit turtle, he has said no to even allowing it to fucking vote.
He said he will only listen to stuff if Trump
and Trump will not do any compromise. This is the art of the deal guy, by the way. The guy who paid, great deal maker, by the way. The guy had to pay $130,000 twice for sex.
Yeah,
you're a great
in all fairness to him, he does look like he has to pay for sex.
To be honest, you're right. That is a good deal because
I mean, come on.
Yeah, normally any other woman would be like $130,000. No, man,
thanks.
There's not enough money in the world to buy enough fucking anti-vomit medication.
Exactly.
But so Wilbur Ross today, the AG or the AG, and is he the attorney general? I don't know, or is
there's
the proposed one? I don't even know. He came out and said that he doesn't understand why these workers are going to the food banks. He goes, I don't get it. He goes,
because they're fucking hungry.
He goes, look, we got them loans. They can get loans that will get paid back when they get their. We've already told them we'll pay it back. He goes, sure, there's going to be interest. He goes, this is his exact word. He says, let me find the quote. I pulled it up. This is hilarious. This quote. He says, he said, sure, there was going to be interest, but he can't understand why they're going to the food banks, because there's no liquidity crisis.
Well, but again,
here, what? You're a fucking billionaire. Normal people don't talk about liquidity.
But that's my point.
When was the last time you're like, honey, what are our liquid assets? I need to buy some cheese.
That's exactly. Either you got the money or you don't. That's all it is. But
there's no liquidity crisis.
What's the Laura Trump? Laura, whatever the fuck. Laura, I don't give a fuck. But she said, this is a little bit of a pain, but it's for a bigger cause.
Yeah.
Now, and then the reporter was like, I guess what it is just people this Trump family doesn't understand and they can't relate to these people.
You think?
Now, let me see something. Hold on. A family that was born into money, you were given money, you fucked that money off 6 times, you were given more money, you cheated people out of money, and you've never had to fucking pay for anything and have any fucking hardship. Why would they not be able to relate to the common person?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the other thing. So Mexico's going to pay for the wall, which they haven't. We know that he's
loans, exactly.
He's reneged on that. Yeah, that's what they said. They said that the government workers can get loans that will get. They don't have to. They will get paid off when they get paid.
Wait. I just want to be clear. So they could walk into an office and tell them they can apply for a loan, and the person can say, "Okay, well, what's your source of income?" Like, well, I'm not working right now.
No. The government's. This is what's going to happen. Okay, so let's say that you're my employee. You work at my business. I own a grocery store, and you work at my grocery store. You're a checker, and I say,
I'm calling in today, by the way.
I say, hey man, you can't work for this month. We're shutting down the grocery store. Until my girlfriend buys me a fucking watch, whatever. Okay, and so we're shutting down the grocery store, and you don't get paid until my girlfriend buys me a watch, and I go, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna give you a loan, and when my girlfriend does give me a watch,
I'm gonna charge you interest.
I'm gonna pay you back for the time you missed today, and then you can pay my loan back. So it'll be 0-0. Sure, I'm gonna charge you interest. That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to charge you interest to give you the money that I will eventually give you the money later. I'm not going to pay you now. I'm going to give you a loan that I will pay you in retrospect.
Which I'm going to get more money back on this loan that I gave you. So I'm still going to come out on top as the employee. You're going to have to pay me more even though I'm fucking you right now. Right. Listen, man, I got to be honest with you. At some point, and sometimes, and they say, as comedians, we got to keep this, this happy-go-lucky thing, which is fine. But let's just for 2 seconds, understand something, man. The people who are fucking you over right now are only fucking you over because you are allowing them to fuck you over. That's it. There is you could spin it any other way you want. You could blame the Native American dude. You could blame the black dude up the street. You could blame the Mexican dude in another country. You can blame whoever you want to blame. But the fact of the matter is, none of them have the power that these motherfuckers that are there's right now. The people who are suffering are the people who are still sitting here trying to champion for the people who haven't missed a paycheck.
Right.
Trump hasn't missed a paycheck. Laura Trump hasn't missed a paycheck. Any of the Trumps have missed a paycheck. Mitch McConnell hasn't missed a paycheck. Paul Ryan didn't miss. None of these people.
Why are those government workers getting shut the fuck down?
Now let me tell you something.
They should not get fucking paid.
If you want to impress me,
how about that? Why don't the Trump kids fucking pay for the fucking wall?
There you go. You want to impress me?
Why doesn't Trump build a wall and then not pay the guys who do build the wall like he does everything else? That's fucking perfect.
If you want to, hold on, Dwayne says the Republicans are spineless,
obsequious lackeys for a person who is actively engaged in the destruction of the very country they purport to love. Yes. The Patriot Party is the fucking traitor party. They don't give a fuck about the country. They don't give a fuck about the people.
I'm glad Ian was here for that word obsequious. Thanks for using that, Dwayne. God damn it, I got to read. But no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Dwayne. But that's the thing that trips me out about this is that it's in plain sight. Now, I could see if this was back in the day, and when there was no internet, there was no way to report what was going on. You literally can see exactly what these people are doing. But what they've done, when you got certain networks like Fox that is telling them, which I got to tell you something, man, when all of this shit is fixed, hopefully they have to take some blame for this. There has to be some repercussions against these people because they're literally lying to their people.
It's a difficult situation with Fox though, because you don't want to shut them down.
Not shut them down.
No, I'm just saying you don't want to do that because as soon as you start telling what people can say and can't say and saying what news is news,
right.
Then whoever's in power can say, oh, the real news is the news.
I'm talking
so we
about
have a hard fucking time with that.
I'm talking no,
but they should be shut the fuck down because they're fucking lying.
But it should come to the point of coming back and saying you can't report this if it is not true. Right. You can't say this if it's not true.
It has to be said as it's entertainment or something.
Yes, because all they do is they say something, and then Hannity says it himself. He says, "I'm not a journalist.
But what's his name? He used to always say that. Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly. He used to always go, I'm just an opinion guy. I'm just an opinion guy. This ain't
Same
news.
Thing with the
but
fucking,
you think your fucking moron minions know that you're an opinion guy?
But they think it's news. Because again, and this is why I say, let me tell you the one thing that this dude said that was the smartest thing he said. It was the only thing he said that was the smartest
Which
thing.
guy?
Says,
Trump?
Well, he says, I love the poorly educated. Well, yeah, his entire administration has been built off of that statement. I can't stress this, and I'm dead serious. When you go for people that need something, and they think that, okay, well, all you got to do is tell me this. Like, okay, example, like I got my car worked on the other day, and I hate to say this because I'm a dude and I don't really know shit about cars. I really should know more about cars, and I really wish I did. I should take a course. But I took my car to the mechanic the other day because the check engine light came on. Exactly, it's propaganda. The check engine light came on. I know nothing about cars, bro. Right. So I had to take my car into the mechanic. And I had to trust, and luckily I took it to somebody that I trust, but I took it to somebody and I said, hey man, well, what's going on with the car? And the guy told me what was going on with it, and he charged me what he charged me. Let's say that this dude was a shyster.
It's like your radiator bearing's all fucked up.
Yeah, your alien distributor rod is off. I didn't even know I needed an alien distributor rod.
$10,000.
But the fact that I was at this dude's mercy because I did not know. Now, I could easily go take a course. Easily go take a course, but I'm choosing not to because that's just me. Right. Now, multiply that 1,000,000 times to people who are sitting at their homes, and then some dude comes on the TV screen and says, there's a large caravan coming this week. And then they're like, wait a minute, it's a large caravan? I got to get rid of the caravan. And instead of looking and saying, wait a minute, there's no fucking caravan.
Well, that's the thing, that there is no fucking excuse.
What up, James P. Connolly?
There's no fucking excuse because if you went to that guy and he said, yeah, your fucking flux capacitor is fucked up, it's going to cost you $10,000.
That's right, Marty McFly.
You should be smart enough to go, you know what, that sounds like bullshit. Let me go somewhere else. Let me look on the internet and see if flux capacitors cost $10,000 and if they exist.
Radiator bearing.
Right. It's that you should be, but these guys go, well, he says there's a wall and that there's going to be 10,000 illegals coming here, and tomorrow they're raping my wife. I guess I better go shoot him with Sam. Like, what?
Exactly.
They don't even fuck because
that's my whole point. Is that so he is catered to these people, and this is why. And again, here's another thing that you cannot dispute. Anybody, you cannot dispute this. This dude is only running the country for three groups.
Maybe three people.
Yeah, probably 3 people. But the 3 groups: rich people,
rich people. Okay.
4 people, 4 groups. Then rich people, super rich people, Putin, and his base, which is less than 40%. Is less than 40%. Right. So you government workers out there that didn't vote for this dude, he doesn't give a fuck about you. Actually, the people who voted for him, he doesn't give a fuck about him either. But he is trying to cater to that small percentage of people that he made this promise to. That's all he cares about.
But the thing is, that the crazy thing is that they buy. Okay, like remember how he had the best people.
Like this clown.
Okay, he has the best people. I got the best people. I hired the best people. Remember when Cohen was his guy?
Yeah.
And everything Cohen said was gold. Yep. It was a fact. Now that Cohen, he said yesterday, he's like, well, look at this guy. He's a liar. He perjured himself.
Exactly. Everybody's a shitty person once they leave.
It's like, wait a second. It's like, so why the fuck did you hire this guy? A scumbag, idiot, perjure, liar who you know is a traitor.
What up, Richard?
Why would you give him all of your fucking information and let him run your shit?
Well, because
what does that tell me about your judgment?
Well, we already know his judgment's shitty. But this is why I asked, and this is what I asked about people who still support this guy. Why in the world is it you have not even held, like you try to hold these other politicians to their promises? He literally says this country is going to pay for it. You don't have to. So not only is he not, because all Mexico did to not have to pay for it, by the way, was say no. That's all it was. Mexico was like, nah, we good.
Nobody, when he said that originally.
Mexico was like, new phone, who's this?
Think about this. When he originally said, we're going to get it and Mexico's going to pay for it. Everybody who has an IQ over 2.3, I don't know, maybe I'll be nice, Trumpsters, anyone with an IQ over 10, said, he just said Mexico is going to pay for it. That's the fucking fun. And who the fuck said, well, yeah, Mexico. There were 30% of this country. There was probably 30 to 60 million people who went, that's right. Mexico's going to pay for it.
Exactly.
How the fuck was that going to happen? You really think he's going to build a wall and the president of Mexico is going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Trump. Here's a check for $5 billion.
Everybody knew. Everybody with any common sense. But this is why I said
it's fucking insane that he ended one person, much less 30
But
fucking
this is
million.
why I said he loves the poorly educated, because the poorly educated still follow him.
But you don't have to be poorly educated.
No. I kid you not, Ian. This is not
the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Which is why he is speaking to his base. His base is clueless. His base chooses to remain clueless. They don't believe in facts. They don't believe in looking for facts. Let me tell you something that somebody said to me when I asked these questions about facts.
Facts or no facts? Doesn't that just ring true?
Listen. This is what they said. They said, there is no way to know who's telling the truth. This is what they said, right? This is what they said. There's no way to know who's telling the truth. But this person chooses to believe the person that lies constantly.
Right.
This person is willing to give up his tax dollars,
right,
to say, hey, you know what? Even though you promised that another country was going to pay for this, even though you promised many times, I am willing to give you my money, and I'm willing to fuck off the other rest of these American citizens, have them go hungry, have them have nothing because of this wall. They won't even acknowledge that the dude lied about that. That's what's crazy to me.
I mean, in all honesty, the fact that...
And see, when people say dumb shit like this, we won, tell that to the federal workers, you goofy fuck. Tell that to them. Tell that to them that you won.
You won what?
What are you winning? What are you winning, you clown? This is what I'm talking about. Hold on.
No, but the thing is, it's fucking so stupid. We won.
What did you win?
What did you win, you fucking retard? What did you win? You won nothing. You won a trip to fucking the poorhouse, you fucking idiot.
800,000 employees not working. The TSA is vulnerable.
My stocks lost 25%
All of these
quarter.
people are vulnerable right now. The country is more vulnerable now than it was 2 years ago, and you still say we won. But I'm telling you,
but it's tribalism. It's all about tribalism. They don't give a shit about the country. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me.
All they care
give a shit about
is
I voted for this guy, and I'm going to hold on to this whatever cognitive dissonance I need to hold on to this fucking crazy ass belief, so that I can say, "But I won, God damn it, I won."
Yeah.
This is a guy.
I got to be honest with you. That was the other thing he did. He made it seem like it was a us against them thing.
Right.
That's why you'll have people like this guy right here who will say we won, even though statistics show that you're not. But in his mind,
the thing is, us versus them. Us versus them is the weird thing, though. You are the us, and you think you're the them. Right?
Yeah. This is what I don't get.
That's literally like, I mean, you are not part of their clique.
Not at all.
I guarantee you,
unless this dude is sending you a check personally.
I don't care if they are.
But I told you this before, Ian. I told you if there was any way that I could rationalize their still constant support of this dude, the only way I could rationalize is if they said, "Hey, man, Trump sent me a check personally for 20 grand,"
and then I'm
not gonna lie, I'd fucking support this dude too.
I wouldn't support him, but I'd be like, okay,
where's my 20 grand?
You soulless fucking sellout. At least I know you're a soulless fucking sellout.
Yeah. Oh, they are. He knows he is. The guy that was just saying he knows he's a sellout.
But when you're a sellout for zero, that's
what's up, Jameson?
That's the hard thing. It's like you're like yeah, man. So I sold out. How much they give you? Nothing. What did they give you? Well, actually, I had to give them, but you know what? I won.
Yeah. It is what I'm saying. But again, that's the fact that he's played off of this.
Ridiculous.
The fact that he's played off of this us versus them, because I got to be honest with you, it was a smart tactic,
right? No,
because you have people like this guy right here.
It's how religion has lasted all these years, despite the fact that people believe that the stories have talking snakes and fucking bears that fucking eat children and rape and slavery. Yeah. That's why that shit still works because of tribalism.
I just want to make this announcement, by the way, since we're talking about border security. There was an illegal that came over and he shot up a bank in Florida, killed 5 people.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, that wasn't. That was a regular white guy.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah,
That was a regular white guy.
Carry on.
Sorry, regular white guy shot up the bank in
hold
Florida.
on. Speaking of shooting, Tommy Laren, you guys may know her as as head trauma Barbie.
I love that name.
The 900th blonde fucking bimbo that the right loves to put up. That's the other thing. There, let's get somebody with below average intelligence who has maybe a bachelor's degree, who's kind of attractive, and make her blonde, and that's all you need for conservative men to be like, oh, no. She's right.
Dude, they did that on purpose. If you go look,
every single one of fucking Fox
all of them look the same.
They all look exactly the same.
Now, I want to say this in the best way. Hold on. I got to say this in a way.
Except for one now looks like a blonde shit skeleton, Ann Coulter.
Oh, yeah. But see, I got to say this in a way to make, okay, what they don't do is they don't have non-attractive women giving you the news.
Moron.
I know
tell Nancy to end it. They've already brought it up to the House 7 times to vote on it. You fucking knuckle.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Jesus Christ,
he's one of those. When I say the fully
hilarious.
Educated, that's him.
He doesn't end it. You fucking dimwit motherfucker. No, it's fucking Mitch McConnell and Trump. You fucking idiot. Do you even pay attention to anything? Do you read a goddamn thing?
He's one of the poorly educated. To do with it. He's one of the poorly educated and proud of it, bro.
And here's the thing: even if for somehow Nancy Pelosi could do anything, if she said, "Okay, Trump, tomorrow we'll give you your $5 billion," he would say, "No, now I want $10 billion," because he doesn't care about the wall. You idiot! He doesn't want a wall. It's just like conservative people; they don't give a shit about abortion.
God.
They want the argument. They care about the fight. The fight is what gets you fucking engaged.
Dude, tell me,
they don't ever. You know what? Conservatives will never actually overturn Roe v. Wade because then they don't have a talking point anymore.
That's right.
They want the talking point. The wall is the talking point, the argument that gets racist fuckheads like you, riled up fucking Mexicans. That's why they want the wall discussion. They don't want a fucking wall. They want the wall discussion.
Which, by the way, this guy right here, you'll never see anything on his page about white people committing crime. Like, you'll never see anything on his page about white people committing any.
Well, luckily,
crime.
all we need to do is look on.
But I'm saying the fact that he perpetuates this narrative is indicative of the person.
I'm moving on with it.
Supporting.
Speaking of crime, Tommy Laren.
We got to move on. Sorry.
She said talking about guns, and she said, "You want to take our guns, but you don't even know nothing about guns." And I thought to myself, they keep saying this. You want to take our guns, but you don't even know anything about guns. Well, first off, major fallacy in that you're saying that anyone liberal who might want. First off, nobody wants to take your guns again. You fucking idiot. We want gun restrictions, and we want certain. We want certain. Proper fucking.
Although I will
regulations.
say this,
there are some guns I'd like to.
I will say that I am all for gun control, but I'm also for people having guns. You can have a gun, but I think honestly, and I'm going to write up some legislation for this if I ever run for office. I want to have it to where the type of gun you get is regulated by your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a fucking gated community and you have a security guard of the thing, you get a slingshot and a fucking and an air pistol. That's it. But if you live in Compton or any shitty ass area, you get a bazooka, bro. That's it, and probably a tank.
But here's the thing: it's just nonsense. I grew up with guns. I have guns. I grew up with the whole with. I don't give a fuck about my guns. I don't use. I would if they weren't like heirlooms, I'd probably throw them away, sell them. But to say that I don't know about guns because I also want sensible gun control is a stupid fallacy. But on top of that, let's break that down. You were talking about being a mechanic earlier.
Yeah,
about going to a mechanic.
Like I wish I knew more about cars so the mechanic could.
That argument is exactly this argument. You say to me, "Hey man, we shouldn't be able to drive drunk while texting, going 150 miles an hour in a Ferrari on the streets."
Right.
And I go, "Are you a mechanic?" Then shut the fuck up. You don't know nothing about no goddamn cars.
Right.
That's exactly that argument. I can't talk about violence and murder and gun control because I don't specifically own an AR-15. That's the dumbest fucking argument.
But you gotta, again...
You ain't no race car driver. Shut up. You don't get to talk about drunk driving.
But again, you have to still come back to look at how they're putting the message out there. And this is all of her. Look at the chick from the NRA. I'm not gonna lie. She's fine as fuck.
The Russian bot?
No, wait, not the Russian chick, the head of the NRA, not the head, but the spokesperson. But notice who they got. They got an attractive female to tell these people,
Nazi Barbie.
You need a gun. And I'm telling you, man, if you have somebody that if you have these young people that are coming up and they just see this attractive person telling them, nope, you should have a gun and all that, no matter what the situation is, that's an easier sell for them.
Here's what they should do to boost. They should bring her out and go, I am a hot white girl. And a black guy might try to fuck me, and then boop, 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 gun sales would go up.
I just honestly feel like, and this is why people get the debate mixed up. It's not about saying that you don't have a right to have your gun. Have your gun. My question is, why do you need assault weapons? If you want to have a gun in your house,
see, that's where you learn, because they'll go, all weapons are assault weapons.
Nah, well then now we got to get more specific.
And then they'll say, well, you know that the
yeah, he's right about that. Sex they'll sell.
And they'll say you know that the AR that platform of gun is, you look at this one. All it is that it's scary. This is what they always say. It's the same basic platform. It's like a chassis, like on a car. It's the same basic chassis as all these other guns, but the AR-15 looks, because of the clip and because of the stock and because it looks and okay, sure, even if that's true. So let's say that's true. Let's say that the AR-15 is the exact same gun as that deer rifle, same platform, same chassis, if you will, but it has cooler looking shit on it, and that's why everyone wants it. Well, that doesn't change the fact that everyone who wants to go fucking kill people wants to look like a military fucking badass, and that's why they buy that fucking gun. They wouldn't go in with a fucking single shot 22 fucking rifle cowboy fucking gun to go shoot up a school, because it doesn't fucking look cool. So maybe don't make them look cool, you fucking idiot.
Nobody's shooting up schools with a musket. They're going for that, but not
whether it's an assault rifle or not. And the thing is that it can be turned into automatic.
Yeah, no need.
And it doesn't even. None of that matters. What matters is, why are we letting mentally ill people have them? And why are we not doing background checks? That we should have insurance. People always want to build the car.
Which is all stuff that was taken out.
Why not have insurance? You have to have insurance. If your gun is involved in a wreck, like a car, if your gun is involved in a shooting, you're fucking responsible. Or your insurance has to pay for it. And how much do you think insurance rate could go up?
Goddamn well they're not going to do that,
Here's the thing.
bro.
How much is the insurance rate if you're a 75-year-old white dude driving a Prius? Your insurance is like $30 a month. Yeah. If you're a 16-year-old kid driving a Ferrari in Los Angeles, your insurance is $8,000 a month. So if you're a fucking white redneck Nazi and you have 300 AR-15s, your insurance is a bunch. Okay? Yeah. If I live in the fucking woods and I got a fucking squirrel gun, my insurance is $1 a month. It's not a fucking big deal.
But that's what I'm telling you, dude. I honestly think as ridiculous as it sounds, if the type of gun that you had was regulated by the area you lived in, it would be way different, bro. I'm telling you, because look at the Newtown shooting, right? The elementary school kids that were killed.
Fake news.
The shooter. His mom had an arsenal. That was the exact words they used. Right. She had an arsenal. They lived in the fucking suburbs, bro. There's nothing going on. Let me tell you something. If you're selling lemonade on your street corner every fucking day, you don't need an assault rifle. If they're selling crack on your neighborhood, you might need an assault rifle.
But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. I will say, I will always concede this to everybody. Assault rifles really aren't. The AR-15 isn't really the problem. Mass shootings fucking suck. Okay?
Yes.
Okay? The problem with guns in America, 90% of all gun deaths in America, accidental, suicide, murder, are handguns.
Yeah.
No other country allows private citizens to have handguns.
What up, Sam?
Handguns are the fucking problem. You don't need a handgun. You don't need a fucking strap on your fucking side to go in and get a fucking go to Walmart.
That's what I was saying.
Oh my God.
People walk in Walmart with a fucking.
And do you see when the black guys walk into the fucking Mexican restaurant and they called the cops because they had a gun on? Hey, wait a second.
Remember when the Black Panthers showed up on the Capitol and they had the weapon? It was like, okay, we might want to rethink this gun law thing.
Yeah, exactly. We're not gonna have guns at this rally.
Yeah.
But my point is with this fucking Tommy Lahren fucking numbnuts that this idea that if you don't specifically own guns or know anything about guns, that therefore you can't have a discussion about violence and murder in America is completely insane. It has nothing to do. Those don't really have anything to do with each other.
Mel says only in West Virginia do you open carry in the Walmart.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And here it's at Starbucks. But no, that's the thing is that the argument isn't really about the gun.
No.
The argument is about the fucking people who, like when they always go, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Who do you think the regulation is on, dude? The regulation is on when you go to get your car insurance. They don't go, what kind of car is it? They do, but more importantly, they go, how many accidents do you have? How old are you?
What's
Where do you
history?
live?
What's your driving
What's your history? The insurance is on the person. Same thing with gun laws. Gun laws are on the person. We're regulating the fucking people who want to own the fucking guns, and then on top of that, we regulate some of the guns.
Which, by the way, to put this in perspective for you, if you really think
we do regulate guns.
If you really think that they care about you having the right to have a gun, go to any federal building. Go to any federal building in this country, and you will see a sign that says "No guns allowed." They don't allow guns in there. They don't want you. They don't want you to have guns around these people that make these laws. That's for a reason. Do you understand?
And here's the thing: if guns made us safer, why wouldn't they have everybody on airplanes have guns?
Yeah,
because then we could stop the bad guy from hijacking the plane. Because, that happens at least once every 50 years, a guy hijacks a plane. So the best thing would be if everybody on the plane had a gun. That way, if once every 50 years you happen to be on the plane, you could start firing off your gun in the middle of that's how fucking stupid you sound.
I know, bro, but I got to be honest with you. If I had a gun and there was a motherfucker on the plane that was coughing and not covering his mouth.
That's my point.
God, I'm fucking...
Well, I love this idea. The only way to stop bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Here's the thing. Everybody thinks they're the good guy with the gun. Every white racist guy who has a cowboy fucking gun on his holster that walks into the bank sees the black guy with the gun under his shirt. That guy is the drug dealing killer. Or the Mexican guy, he's MS-13. He just came across the border. And then the Mexican guy going, oh man, that guy's racist. He's gonna fucking kill me. So everyone thinks they're the good guy with the gun. Then what do you have? You have a shootout at the fucking bank when maybe nobody should have a fucking gun at the bank except for the guy who fucking is doing security at the bank. Give you guys
info. There was a shooting at a bank recently. You didn't get a tweet about it from Trump because the guy was not Hispanic in any way, shape, or form.
But you know what? And if somebody Ty's got Hollywood shit to do right now. Well, speaking of which, I don't want Ty to go too far on this one, but we had, speaking of getting a call from Trump and shooting, you should probably see the story going around, the memes going around talking about these kids, the white entitled white Catholic kids who were used as political pawns by their fucking church school to go harass people in Washington, and then got a little comeuppance by the old Indian dude, and then acted like little fucking bitches. Those kids got invited to the White House, yay! And meanwhile, the black guy who stopped the Waffle House shooting, still no invite. How long has that been? Year, 2 years? I don't remember how long it's been. Still no fucking, still no invite. So I guess what you need to do to get invited to the White House is be white. So I'm just going to read some of these comments. Bro, you're white. I don't know if he's talking to me or Ty. Ty's not white. I am white. I understand that.
He's talking to you.
But about what? I know I'm white. I've said I'm white.
Walt, are you talking about Walt?
Yeah, you said that you're white. I understand.
Well,
I'm fucking super white, by the way. I'm like as white as you get.
Walt is under the impression that, if you're white, you shouldn't have the same angst or animosity.
Didn't you see me wink? I'll see you at the meeting later, dude. We'll be there.
Do you really think the news doesn't select the shooting that they want? Do you see? Oh, come on, Walt, stop, man. No, anyway, let's move on. I can't deal with shit like that. That's why I said I can't. Let's move on to something else.
Well, I agree with him. I've watched Fox News. They select the other day. the other day they select everything they want you to see. The other day, the big news on Fox and Friends was whether or not God helped one of the teams win.
The football. Yeah.
Like, really? There's fucking all this unrest in the world. We got a government shutdown, all this stuff that's Trump's fault. So they have to look like and later on today, shorts. How short are they on Fox News? Like that's fucking
Tim said you're almost white enough to be from Glasgow.
Right? I think my relatives are. But yeah.
But you are right. They do pick and choose.
I've won every Are You Paler Than Ian contest ever.
But they do pick and choose what stories they want people. That is.
But they don't manufacture the story, and it's because
that's the part you got to understand. They don't make up the story.
What bleeds leads. First of all, and but the difference is that most news outlets put out the most sensationalized, the story that's getting the most fucking that's most important to people. Oh shit, you live in LA? There was a shooting in LA. Oh, there was a big mass shooting everyone's talking about. Fox News only does ones that fits their narrative, and that's the fucking difference. Yep. And you might say MSNBC does that a little bit. So what?
No,
you know what? People always go, oh, MSNBC, CNN. Okay, well, guess what? There's 20 other fucking news organizations out there. There's NPR, there's BBC, there's fucking.
I always challenge people to do this though. Even if you want to say this, and this is specifically for people like Walt here, I always challenge people to say if you do have skepticism about what they're putting out there, this is your job as an adult to go and look up and find out what's true. Let me tell you what happened, because we're going to move on to this other thing here, the Covington kids thing, because there's so many different angles and narratives of this situation. But this is a prime example of what I mean. It's up to you to go look and see what it is the truth. This is why we have phones. This is why we have computers. This is why we have iPads. This is why we have all of this stuff. So to me, if you take the time to say, if someone says, well, you know what? It's actually raining hot dogs outside. And you're like, man, I'm not going outside because it's raining hot dogs. And you're like, well, but I'm looking outside right now. It's not raining at all. It's like, no, man. I'm looking right now. It says right now it's raining hot dogs. Well, did they tell you? Did they show you where it's raining? No. They didn't tell me. They just said it. Are they showing you any graphics of hot dogs falling? No, they're not. If you are choosing to just believe what you're being told and you're not choosing to research for yourself, stop calling yourself an adult. Call yourself a follower, because that's what you are. And if you're comfortable being a follower, be comfortable being a follower. But don't sit there. This is what I hate when people do this. This is my only pet peeve. You can believe what you want to believe. I have no problem with you because you have the right to believe that. But don't come and tell me that what I believe is wrong when I actually have the facts, and you're choosing not to look at facts. If you're choosing not to look at facts and you're coming and telling me that what I saw and I have researched and it has been backed up by many things, and you're telling me that that's wrong, but you're choosing not to look at a fucking thing, I don't care what you say.
By the way,
don't care.
We had speaking of that, we had a big I won't go too deep into this, but it's in Portland, they had a huge measles outbreak.
They did?
From all the motherfuckers that listened to Jenny McCarthy instead of fucking doctors.
Anti-vax.
It's huge now. And
was
that
you that posted that? Was that you that posted the meme of the Cheeto?
Yes.
Fucking hilarious.
Well, but here's the and people. I love the people who don't understand science. They go, well, do you know that 5 of those people out of the 50 people that got the measles, 5 of them were vaccinated? Hey, so I guess the vaccine doesn't work. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. That's called herd immunity, and that's how that's exactly how vaccines work. Vaccines aren't 100% effective. They're 90-something% effective. But if nobody has the fucking disease, that 90-some% protects you. If 10 people have the disease, there's a chance that you 1% chance that you might get it.
I got to tell you guys something. Me and Ian are great friends. We've known each other for years, and I agree with everything he's saying about this anti-vax thing. But whenever I bring up airborne, he doesn't fucking believe anything about it. He's like, oh, it's a placebo. Or, it's a gazebo. It's a gazebo.
It's a gazebo.
But no, you're absolutely right. Science is here for a reason. Science has been around for a long time. It's been around. What trips me out is when people act like scientists don't know shit. I'm like, wait a minute. Right. Whenever I talk to somebody,
or that science have some sort of bias. It's like bias. Yeah, that guy making $80,000 a year trying to come up with the cure for cancer. That guy's rolling in it. That guy, it's like, where are these?
Are you serious, Mel? Or are you making that up? Just in, White House is drafting emergency bill for the wall. Are you joking, Mel? Or are you serious? We got to look that up.
But drafting an emergency bill. Yes, there's an emergency right now. Oh my God. We're at an all-time low. Net immigration is 0 for 8 straight years. Wow. Emergency. But you know what? One of the reasons.
To tie back into the airborne.
Here's what's funny. Her husband just sent the story. Here's what's funny. Somebody predicted this a couple weeks ago. A friend of mine, and I heard it again yesterday. Somebody said, you know that this whole thing is so that he can declare an emergency, so he can declare martial law. And I'm like, that's a little conspiracy theory for my taste.
And well, here we go. Here we go.
Yes, here comes martial law.
She sent the link. But again, this is what you voted for.
Oh, CNN. Oh, oh, come on now. You're going to believe CNN?
This is what you voted for. This is why I got to be honest with you. And I got to say this with the most sincerity possible. If you voted for the dude and you're not receiving any money, you voted for this.
We won.
This is what you voted for. You wanted this. If you're not eating, you voted for this. If you can't pay your mortgage, you voted for this. If you can't pay for your car note, you voted for this. If your kids can't eat, you voted for this. If you can't get your medication,
and by the way, now he wants $7 billion. Okay, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy right in his orange mouth.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, this is come on now.
Now, so we're talking about they invited those kids.
By the way, when this is person saying another win under his belt. Now, this person right here is the same person that when Obama was doing executive orders, that person right there who just said another win under his belt said that Obama was going too far.
Oh.
But now...
By the way, Trump had more executive orders in the first 6 months of his presidency. That's what I'm saying. Walt
thinks it's a great idea now because Trump is doing it. But before, when Obama was doing it, it was, why is it he can't be doing this?
But you know what? Obama wore a tan suit, though.
Yeah.
So
it
was black.
Yes.
So
you got to understand something, man. And I can't say this enough. The reason why this dude is being allowed to do everything that
he didn't
doing,
win.
No, he didn't. Stop telling him. Don't give him facts. Don't give him facts. Don't give him facts. They are allergic to facts. The reason why this dude has been able to do what he's doing is for one reason only. Is because he has people that are allowing him to do it. He has people allowing him to do it on the Republican level, which, by the way, Republicans now, you can squash all that shit about being the party of moral you can squash all that shit's gone.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about morals or
the people,
or integrity. They don't even care about. They're not the Patriot Party either.
No,
they're pro-Russia. That's the problem. Like for a fact that during all that hacking, Julian Assange and all that stuff, they got into everyone's email. They didn't just get.
I remember your comments, Walt. Don't even try it.
They didn't just get Hillary's email. They got Mitch McConnell's email and he fucks children. They got Paul Ryan's email and he dresses up as a fucking grandma and gets fucking spanked by somebody.
There has to be something more.
All these motherfuckers, because they were all never Trumpers until he got into office, and then he started, and all of a sudden Putin started coming around. All of a sudden it was like, no, it's okay. It's like, okay, they must have emails. Ted Cruz,
all of them.
He's like,
all of these cats are in their pocket.
Hey, Ted Cruz, I got my dick in your wife's mouth. And Ted Cruz is like, Trump's a good guy. It's okay. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden now they got fucking emails on all these motherfuckers taking money, fucking doing fucking kids, and doing something. They all have something.
This is why I say at the end of the day, the common American citizen, has to understand something. And let's, for 2 seconds, give me 2 seconds to say all of this. At the end of the day, if you are not part of their clique, meaning that if you are not part of their percentile, if you're not part of their group, you are not winning. I don't care what they tell you. You are not winning. Everything that they show you is stuff that benefits them. The people that aren't eating right now, they're not winning. The people that don't have medical care, they're not winning. The people who can't take care of their kids, they're not winning. Quit telling yourself that you're winning because the fucking news, the network people told you you're winning. It's people that cannot eat. It's people going to food banks right now because they can't afford to fucking feed their kids.
Government workers who have a good government job. That's why we fucking...
The TSA.
By the way, how do you fly? By the way, I can't believe that the fucking I don't even give a fuck about the TSA. Hasn't done shit. The TSA hasn't caught anybody. You know who I'm worried about? Air traffic controllers.
Yeah.
They're not getting paid.
You know how lax the TSA is now? I had to check somebody when I came through security. Exactly. I volunteered. I was like, hey, man, no, that dude looks a little sketchy. Give me a second. Let me pat him down.
The TSA was giving me a gun.
That's right. And a badge. I had a little bit of time. I got there early.
You forgot your weed. But the air traffic controllers are the ones I'm worried about because they're not getting fucking paid either.
Yeah, but that's the one thing you said that's factual. It's a game. And the fact that you see and you know this, but you still are supporting these people that are playing you. Bro, let me tell you something.
And they're giving tax cuts to the fucking billionaire. It's, dude. Again, now what about this fucking? I just
want to be clear. So to say it one more time. Today there's a billionaire that bought a condo for $238 million. The same day that federal workers went to food banks to see if they can feed their kids.
Because another pretend billionaire is throwing a fucking temper tantrum about $5 billion for a wall that they don't really want and that they know isn't going to do anything, that every fucking expert on the planet says won't do anything. And
even Republicans, by the way.
And it's completely fucking unnecessary and not even close to anything that we need. By the way, you know how much money it's cost us for a government shutdown for over a month?
More
than $5 billion.
Already. Already. It's more than $5 billion already in what it has cost. And not only cost, but you've taken away the security of the federal agencies and the food inspectors.
Right.
We're so much safer now.
Right.
Hey man, give me 2 seconds.
But all right, but so now here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. We're talking about this earlier. The problem is the people can't stick to the fucking narrative. Look at let's how many times
setback science. Goddamn right.
How many times did you whatever side you were on, I don't know why there's a fucking side, but everyone saw the video, and I'm going to break it down for you guys who didn't see it. And now most people probably didn't see the full hour and 40-minute video, whatever. But everyone kept saying, watch the whole video and it'll change your mind. I'm like, look, douchebag, I watched the video from the fucking beginning. I didn't watch the 30-second clip. I watched the minute, the fucking Covington kids. But if you didn't see it, if you saw a clip of it, what did you see? You saw 5 black dudes that call themselves Hebrew Israelites fucking talking shit and clowning a bunch of entitled fucking white douchebag Catholic kids who, by the way, were being used as pawns for a church, which is tax exempt, and a Catholic school to go and protest in Washington, D.C. Neither one of those two groups, by the way, the white guys or the black guys, had a permit to be there. One was protesting. The other one was protesting something different because they were protesting women's reproductive rights, which is always kind of funny to me that it was basically a bunch of fucking prepubescent white kids protesting women's reproductive rights. Right. So they're there being used as political pawns by their fucking parents and by their school and by their church to protest something that has nothing to do with them.
Yep.
Okay? A political protest. So don't say, oh, you're using these kids for political reasons. They were there being used
for
political reasons. Okay? And they started talking shit. The white kids got emboldened. One took off his shirt. They started talking shit. They started growing in numbers. There was 5 black dudes and like 100 kids. Before that, they were chanting "Build the Wall." They were harassing. There was another girl with a video walking down the street. They started harassing her, and she said something about, "Hey, women's right to choose, whatever." And they said, "Oh, well, it ain't." What if? She said something about like, "What if someone's raped? Do you?"
And the guy said, "It ain't rape if you like it.
If you enjoy it." Yeah.
These were the kids, the innocent kids,
the good Catholic, innocent
Catholic kids.
The Indian dudes who had a permit to be there, one dude said, in his words, I saw that there was tension between the black kids and the white kids.
And I went
over
to
diffuse the situation. I was playing my drum and I was chanting, and I walked up to the biggest group of people and just played the drum. Now the little white douchebag stood in front of him and smiled like fucking Brett Kavanaugh fucking raping a high schooler, and exactly, in their face like this, and everyone's like, "What? He was just smiling."
Actually, the dude was about this far away. I hate when people say, "Oh, he was all up in my face." I'd push him if he got in my face. He's standing right here. One guy was like, "If you got in my space, your fucking space. What are you talking about?"
But here's the thing: who they were in each other's space anyway. If I'm doing something and some motherfucker comes up to me and starts fucking smirking in my face, I'm probably going to jail because that motherfucker's going to be unconscious. All right,
Hilarious.
Like you don't fucking just get to be a douchebag to me. Now here's the thing. So what? So let's say the Indian dude was a douchebag for playing a drum and trying to defuse the situation. Let's say the black guys were douchebags for fucking chanting at the other guys. Let's say the white kids were douchebags for standing in front of the Indian guy and for fucking being on their school time fucking with women and
which
saying
nobody's
it's okay
talking about that
to rape women. Let's say all that shit is true.
Hey, Angela.
All that's true. So what? I don't understand what the fucking argument. Is anyone saying anything differently? All I keep hearing is, well, that guy wasn't even a Vietnam vet.
Well, because
what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
No. What it has to do with it is because
who cares if he's a fucking? And he's not.
Because
he never said he was.
Because in order for them to not feel shitty for their hatred, they have to try to change the narrative. That's the only thing they can do.
And the funny thing is it was the other news organizations that started calling him a Vietnam vet. In the fucking interview, he says, "I am a Vietnam era veteran, and I understand what it's like when you have the numbers." What he was saying was, in a time of unrest where you have two different sides, pro-war, against war, and in Vietnam, and I'm being a veteran, he's a veteran who was hated on by the liberals who didn't like the war, and he was a liberal, and he was saying, I know what this is like to have these two groups at odds because I was a Vietnam era veteran, being a veteran in the 70s, even 2 years after Vietnam.
But again, I told you
that's all he said.
But I told you it's easier for them to find something to discredit this dude because they cannot justify the hatred that they have. So hold on. So what they do is they try to find something else that's going to take away from the focus of these kids. So they say, okay, well, let's focus on his military record. Now, mind you, this is the same time that people say we need to respect veterans. This is the same time.
Right. Yeah, but here's the point. Now, Walt's saying, why did CNN report the first MAGA? First, there was the MAGA kids taunting an Indian. First off, that is bullshit. The first report I saw that made me go watch the whole video was CNN, and they actually said, "Here's this clip. Boom. Here's a clip of these 5 black dudes. Here's this clip." They showed all the clips on CNN, and the girl said directly, she goes, "It seems like we don't know really all the information, what's going on here." She goes, but the entire 90-minute video, which is actually about an hour and 40 minutes, she goes, is out there on the internet. You all should go watch it for yourself. That's exactly what the CNN feed on my fucking computer said. Yeah. And that's what spawned me to go watch the full fucking video.
Here's who was wrong.
And I watched the video and I'm like, look, we got a whole group of fucking douchebags.
Let me tell you who was wrong. All right. There was a bunch of kids there who shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Their parents are wrong. The church was wrong.
Shouldn't have been there in the first place. There's no reason for you to be there. You go and look at the other videos of the kids harassing other people. You know, Walt, when they say it's not rape if you enjoy it. Go look at that video, but I bet you won't say anything about that. That's just something.
Okay, no, that's fine. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
No. He will not. I promise you, he will not. He will not comment on them kids saying it's not rape if you enjoy it. This is my point about people like him, bro. He only focuses on the narrative that makes him feel better about what he feels. And I'm dead serious about this. Those kids will be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do because of motherfuckers like him. Because he will not say anything to them. He will only focus on the thing that's on his team. It's the only thing that helps him win. If a kid says to him, hey, you know what? It's not raping of your daughter if she enjoys it. He won't say shit. So this is a problem. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. These kids went there with an agenda. They harassed people before they got there. And the fact that they surrounded this dude, they were doing tomahawk gestures.
They were enjoying it. They were getting into it.
So understand this. Understand this.
That is fucking
mental
gymnastics.
This is one person, an old man, bro, an old man. You're telling me that an old man beating his drum and in order, by his own words, saying to diffuse a situation, you're telling me
they'd say he was lying.
You're threatened by that? This is why these weak motherfuckers need guns. This is why they need guns, because they're pussies. They're fucking pussies. I'm going to say it, bro. You're pussies. This is why you want to hold on to your gun. This is why you want to stay in your little safe neighborhood, because you're scared of anybody that doesn't look like you.
There was a 70-year-old Indian dude missing some teeth, had a drum. I had to stand my ground.
Yeah, this is crazy to me. He's an old man beating a drum, and you got people talking about, well, he should have gotten my space. He got in my space.
There were 5 black guys. Okay? 5. And there was only like 200 fucking white kids.
Come on, man. The kids were wrong.
There were 5. But here's the thing. This is what they'll say. Oh, what about the black guy? They were wrong too. There. The black dudes.
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking assholes.
Yes.
They were wrong. Yes.
I'm sorry, let me be clear about that. Sorry, let me
The Indian dude might have even had an agenda. He may have said, hey, you know what? I'm going to defuse the situation, and it looks like this huge, giant group of white people are being assholes, and I don't like what they're saying, so I'm going to get in their face instead of getting in the face of the black guys. That may have been the case. Maybe that's why. But the point is that he didn't fucking do anything, and they did mock him and stand in his face and smirk and go, build a wall. They fucking did that. It's on fucking video.
Let's take all of what we just said. You can go look at all of this. You can look at everything that we just said. Now take the fact that, now I want to break down everything real quick. They were there with an agenda to go there and try and tell women what they could do with their bodies, which is wrong. You shouldn't even be there. The chaperones didn't stop them from doing what they were doing, not harassing. They didn't stop them from harassing all of the girls and everything. They didn't stop them from doing the Native American chant. They didn't stop them from doing the tomahawk gesture. They didn't stop them from doing any of that. Not any of that did they stop them from doing, okay? They sit there, they're taunting this dude, they got their phones up and all of this stuff, blah, 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 right? Now, fast forward to where we are right now. Guess who got supported from the White House? It wasn't the veteran. It wasn't the veteran. Remember how we talked about we got to support the vets? Remember, isn't this the dude that called everybody sons of bitches if you don't respect veterans? He didn't say, hey, man, because he could have easily said, you know what?
Yes, but you know what? He didn't actually go to Vietnam, so that makes him not a veteran.
But what he could have easily done, what he could have easily done was said, hey, you know what? In order to bridge this gap,
let's invite both of them?
I'm going to invite both of them. No,
and
he could have done that. And the black guy.
And let's sit down and talk.
Did he do that? No. What he did do, he invited the kids that were taunting the Native Americans.
That's what he did. Divide. That's all he gives a shit about. He wants to cause controversy. He's trying to cause controversy. He doesn't give a fuck about these kids. He's trying to cause this controversy right here so that people get upset. That's what he's trying to do.
You can spin this however you want, but if this is the dude, the great unifier that you guys say he is, why would he not invite the Native American dude? Why would he not invite the vet?
But
why would he sit there and be on the kid's side as opposed to saying, you know what I saw there was inappropriate, even on both sides? Because remember, Nazis were cool.
But the problem is that, Ties, that you're forgetting is that the Indian dude, probably, I'm just guessing, he's a liberal, and he probably doesn't eat McDonald's. So he's probably like, well, I'm not going to bring this guy. He won't enjoy cold French fries from McDonald's, the greatest corporation, the best food we've ever had in the world. McDonald's hamburgers. What? By the way, what the fuck? We got to move on. We got to actually end. We got to do a couple minutes for the Patreon. But what the fuck? What the fuck is a hamburger? Was he trying to be funny?
No, he wasn't.
Or is he fucking stupid?
No, he's stupid. but okay, so we gotta
hamburger. That's not even a typo.
We gotta.
Like, it's not even close to a typo. Like I can see if it was BER.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Bird? They're not even.
But you gotta understand something, man.
Each other on the fucking
and
keyboard.
This is where we are right now. This is where we are as a country, and this is why I say, at some point, I want to tell you a quote that I read from somebody. It was a Facebook quote that somebody wrote, and this summarizes why we are where we are right now. It was in reference to this is when the government shutdown was starting up, and it was something else going on. And this lady,
Trump isn't the only one that stuck up for the kids. Putin did too.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So,
I hope Kim Jong-un did too.
So the lady wrote a comment.
I wonder if Mao would stick up for those kids.
Probably, yeah, right.
Did Hitler stick up for them? Oh, he's dead. Never mind.
But the lady wrote a comment, and she said, "I voted for Trump." And this is her exact quote. She said, I voted for Trump, and now I regret it because he's not hurting the people I thought he would hurt.
Right. Yeah, because they're fucking evil people.
I want to say that again. She said, I voted for Trump, and I'm disappointed because he's not hurting the people I thought he would hurt. This is why we are where we are right now. Hold on.
We got to finish going live.
The Hebrew Israelites are like a religiously motivated and so common true. That's a heavy on insults. I fucking love Dwayne Kennedy, bro.
Yes. We're gonna end on that. Thank you, Dwayne Kennedy. We gotta go. Hey, We don't.
Yeah, announcements.
Listen to. We're gonna do a little bit now. I don't know what we gotta do. We got a couple minutes. We're way over, but we have our Patreon. So for those of you who have Patreon, you get the video portion. If you're not watching it live, if you're listening to this, you got the video portion. And also we do like to a little bit something else, usually something kind of fun and light, and you get that extra if you Patreon. So patreon.com/critical and thinking. You can find Ty Barnett at
comediantybarnett.com has all the links to the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff.
And I'm ianharriscomedian.com. And be sure to go get our Patreon. It's $2 a month. It helps support us, helps keep this thing going.
Leave comments.
Yes, and thank you for everybody live. And
everybody that stuck around, I appreciate it, especially you, Dwayne, bro. That's what's up, man.
And even you, Walt.
And you motherfucker.
Even you, Walt. Go buy some merch, bro. Go support that.